is Strategize. And the inspirational message is simple. It says, you cannot be everything to everyone. If you decide to go north, you cannot go south at the same time. I take it again. You cannot be everything to everyone. If you decide to go north, you cannot go south at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to design your strategy of dealing, for instance, with the pandemic. If your strategy is like my own strategy, which is to remain indoor for as long as I could, to always ensure that I wear my face mask anytime I'm going out, to ensure that I avoid crowded places, to ensure that I have a pocket hand sanitizer with me anytime I open a door or touch a surface, I'm going to apply the sanitizer. Then you cannot change that strategy because of peer pressure, because of family members, because of friends. If you have decided that you are not going to attend a wedding party, for instance, a birthday, until the pandemic is over, please, you need to stick to that strategy. You cannot be everything to everyone. You cannot please everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we've all seen the stories making the rounds of certain high notable individuals who attended wedding parties here and there, and they came down with the pandemics, with COVID. Eventually they died. A number of them are still in ICU at the moment. So you cannot bend your strategy. You cannot change your strategy because you want to please your family members, because you want to attend that birthday party, because you want to attend that wedding. You cannot change the strategy. Let me tell you, when we came here as an executive, as at July 1st, 2020, we had a plan. We had several plans. We want to establish new clubs. We want to generate so much money for the club. We want to organize trainings across different organizations. But when we discover that a number of organizations, a number of people have been distracted, so we decided to focus on just discipline and the quality of our meetings. And we are doing pretty well in that area. You cannot do everything. A number of us want to become DTM this year. You want to become DTM this year. You want to start your MBA. You want to learn 5 languages. You want to start your businesses. I'm going to implore you, narrow those goals down to 2 or 3 that you can focus on and accomplish. Because you cannot say that you are going to the north at the same time you want to be in the south. It is going to be very difficult. Why don't you narrow it down to manageable goals? There is a popular saying that we need to be smarter when we are setting goals. Your goals has to be simple. It has to be specific, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And we now have ER, which makes it smarter. You have to evaluate and review at the end of the day. So, in designing your goals for 2021, make it simple and reduce it to a manageable size. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3 is okay. You cannot do everything. I can't say I want to be a DTM this year, for instance. I need to do the 4th thing, which is complete choose a path and complete that path. That makes sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, the message is simple. You cannot compromise your strategy for your loved ones. You've got to take good care of yourself. You've got to know that the COVID-19 is real and it's still very much around. And you've got to, according to one professor, he said the best way to deal with this pandemic is to run away from the virus. So I charge you, run away from the virus and never compromise your strategy, because you cannot be in the north at the same time saying you want to be in the south. That is the inspirational message, ladies and gentlemen, for today's meeting. Welcome once again to Eagle Toastmasters meeting. Let me say that this meeting is only Eagle Toastmasters meeting. The Victoria Bay Toastmasters, they decided to start the year or to kick the year into gear on a different note. They are starting their meeting independently of Eagle Toastmasters today. Congratulations to the president and the executive. So this is only Eagle Toastmasters meeting. In case some of you may be wondering, why am I not mentioning Victoria Bay Toastmasters? So they will start their meeting officially independently today after Eagle Toastmasters meeting. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we need to start today's meeting and we need to enjoy what we've missed for the past 3 weeks. But to coordinate the affairs of this meeting is an individual or a role player we usually refer to as the Toastmaster of the day. Our Toastmaster of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is a DTM. As you can see, it is only Eagle Toastmasters Club, I beg your pardon, that is blessed with having more than 1, 2, 3 DTM attending our meetings at the same time. So you are lucky to be a member of this club because you are going to learn from them. So to be the Toastmaster of the day is our DTM Oluyemi Adeosun. Before I bring him on to the virtual space, let me read his profile. Toastmaster Oluyemi Adeosun joined Toastmasters International, and by that, he joined Eagle Toastmaster in 2009, and he has served in various capacities in the past with excellent track record. He was previously area director, club president, vice president, education, mentor to BSN Russell Smith, Toastmasters Club, former committee member, District 94, Electoral Committee, I beg your pardon. He was a past recipient of Triple Crown Award. His goal is to drive membership in terms of new clubs and strengthen existing weak clubs. He has also helped individuals to achieve their goals of joining Toastmaster. He is the current division director, Division F. Ladies and gentlemen, use the emoticon to bring with me to the virtual space the Toastmaster of today, DTM Oluyemi Adeosun.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy New Year. It's my pleasure and joy to be the anchor of this meeting. This will be my first Toastmasters meeting for the year. And when I say first, I mean first, because I'm also the division director. So I'm a member of all the clubs in the division. This is the very first club meeting I'm attending, even though I'm just the Toastmaster of the day, but I bring warm greetings from the division. I bring greetings from the district. I also bring greetings from the committee of past presidents of Eagle Toastmasters. My president said something that this club has the privilege of having in our meetings 2, 3 DTMs, distinguished Toastmasters. Just to say, technically we have 4 or 5. I would like Toastmaster Oladele Oludike DTM to help me here. Do we have 4 or 5? What do we mean? We have 4 individuals who are DTMs, but one of them has 2 DTMs. So which should I say, 4 or 5? 4 people, but 5 DTMs. You want to say something, DTM?
Mr. Toastmaster, sir, thank you for the privilege of the virtual lectern. I would cede that authority to you since you are in control. If you call it 4, it is 4. If you call it 5, it is 5. You're in charge, sir.
Thank you so much. You can see why we are able to handle things. Toastmasters help us to develop aplomb, our confidence. We are here by choice. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that eloquent introduction and inspirational thoughts. I will follow your advice. Instantaneously, I have narrowed all my goals to one, which is to make more money. I promise you guys, we will spend the money together. Now, a Toastmasters meeting typically has about 3 segments. We have the prepared speech segment. We also have the table topics segment. Then we have the evaluation segment and many other components that make the meeting to be very rich and also leaving the meeting with aplomb. I'm going to be inviting the very first person who is the major key role player here, the general evaluator. And he's going to come forward, also invite his team, and they will share with us, with aplomb, the different roles the different team members will be playing. It's my privilege and honor to introduce the general evaluator today, who is a mechanical engineer and is a astute development executive in the oil and gas sector. He loves to gist, watch nature. His key philosophy in life is that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Little wonder that he is a scientist and an engineer. I would hereby like to bring forward to the lectern with aplomb the general evaluator for the first meeting of the year 2021, Toastmaster Omitayo Adeniran. Over to you.
Thank you very much, DTM Oluyemi, for that warm introduction. I almost thought it wasn't me you were referring to. However, for the sake of our guest, I would like to tell you my role today. As a general evaluator, my role is to observe the meeting, how the meeting fared, how we started, how we can improve, in my opinion. But I will not do that alone. I have my team with me. I call them the tag team. It's an acronym for something. What's that? Tag teams. The T stands for the timer, the A stands for the owl counter, and the G stands for the grammarian and the listening evaluator. Without further ado, I would like to bring to the virtual lectern the grammarian for the day. I will start with the grammarian. His name is TM John Onumia. TM John Onumia is the current club growth director for Division F. He has participated and won evaluation speech contest many times. He has also coached multiple speech contest champions. He coaches people in speaking and is a network marketer. I can testify to that. It's because he's a good friend of mine. He is married with 2 children. He loves reading, dancing, playing volleyball, drawing, watching movies, and meeting people. Without further ado, I would like to welcome TM John Onumia to introduce his role. TM John.
Thank you so much, the general evaluator, for today. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. It is my delight to be here. I think this is the first time I'm coming to this club for possibly a whole year. Now, my responsibility this morning is quite simple. I am to pay attention to all speakers and highlight improper use of language, and also pick out words, phrases, or maybe ideas that stand out. I'm also to introduce everyone to the word of the day. And the word of the day is aplomb, which our Toastmaster of the day has already used 4 times. It means self-confidence or assurance. It's a noun, and I'll give you an example. She performed her task with aplomb. I encourage all speakers to please infuse the word of the day when speaking. I'm also the listening evaluator. That means I will take notes, words, phrases, and ideas, come back and ask you questions to see if you are actually paying rapt attention. I'll give you my report when called upon to do so at the end of the meeting by my dear friend, the General Evaluator. The lectern is yours, General Evaluator, for today.
Thank you very much, TM John. You can agree with me that he gave his speech with aplomb. It was intentional for him to come to the lectern first so that he can start reading or start counting for my own use of the word. Then my second role player is the R counter. TM Chinwe Oku is your 4. He's a relationship manager with 12 years banking experience. Definitely, she's a rich person. She owns an MSc in project management. Probably I would think of giving her something to manage for me free of charge anyway, because I'm not going to pay her. Then she's also a certified project management professional. You can see she's so full of energy. She's so full of experience. So if you want to make use of her, please, you can contact me. I would charge you a little, but definitely she's going to give me free of charge. Without further ado, I welcome to the lectern, TM Chinwe Oku, to explain her role.
Good morning. Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here you go ahead.
Happy New Year, everyone. And this is the first time I'll be playing a role in the club. I just joined the club last year, but I've not been opportune or been able to play any role. And as an art counter for today's meeting, I'll be listening for the airs and ahs and filler words such as and, likely, basically, and the rest of that in the speeches for today. And I'll keep track of them and let people know how they fared at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You will all agree with me that she delivered, or she oozes a lot of aplomb delivering a role. Thank you very much. And my next person is the timer. You know what they say, time is money. His name is, her name is TM Ibidun Omotoyo. Ibidun heads the premium services team of one of the leading banking industry in Nigeria. A chartered banker, she's married to the love of her life, Mr. Taiwo. He's a good friend of mine. I know him, but she doesn't know I do. She enjoys reading, watching TV, and traveling. She's passionate about youth development programs and has mentored many young adults. Her favorite mantra is, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. That speaks volume. Without further ado, I would like to welcome TM Ibidun to explain her role.
Thank you so much, the Toastmaster. Good morning, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the timer, I'll time the table topic speakers, the formal speeches, and the evaluations. I'll also alert each of the speakers of the time they have left using the green card. As shown. The yellow card and the red card, which denotes specific times remaining. As the table's topic speakers will limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those given speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. For the icebreaker speech, that's between 4 to 6 minutes in length. So at 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. For other speeches, the length is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluators have between 2 to 3 minutes for their evaluations. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction. And I will speak on behalf of the team that we are so energized for this meeting, and we are excited as well. Without further ado, I would like to welcome the Toastmaster to the lectern.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator and the entire team. You delivered the explanation of your roles with aplomb. Now we'll be moving swiftly to the next segment of the table topics of the meeting, which is the table topics session. And I will quickly like to introduce the table topics master of the day, who will be taking us through this enthralling experience with aplomb. The table topics master joined in the year 2019. He joined in a great year. He works in one of the big 4 global accounting and consulting firms. He's passionate about personal development and is a great listener, especially when it is a great speech. Toastmaster David Shonaya, I hope I pronounced your surname well. I would like you to step forward to the virtual lectern with aplomb. Over to you, Topics Master.
Good morning. With aplomb, I greet you all, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. This is one of our most exciting portions of the Toastmasters meeting, and the main objective is to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills and to effectively think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. Every member has an opportunity to speak at the meeting, at this point in the meeting, and we encourage our guests to shake their fear and speak with aplomb. Today, I'll be asking questions to participants of the segment, questions related to our theme, Strategize. Your response, as said by the timer, must be at least a minute long and can be no more than 2 minutes. You'll see the green, the yellow, and the red signal as she signified earlier. I encourage you to use the word of the day, aplomb. So let's get started. Who would like to be first? If no one...
Someone is there, please.
Oh, okay. In the chat? Who's that? Oh, okay, you'd like to, okay. Yes, okay, so can you pick a number between 1 and 4, please?
Okay, number 4.
Number 4, all right.
Yep.
No man is an island. How do you take into account the personalities and the tendencies of those around you while you strategize?
No one is an island. How do I take
into account?
Yes.
How do you take into account the personalities of those around you while you strategize?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Table Topics Master, for that brilliant question. In life, our individual personalities would always reflect on those we relate with and those that we are close to. Same for other people too. We would always have means to interact with each other, and our different cultures and backgrounds would definitely reflect on anyone. But we should always take into consideration that whatever values or norms that are not integral, that are not interior to oneself should not be allowed to stay, while you allow those that will promote you, that will lift you up to stay. And that is the basis of my strategy. When I relate with people, when I want to deal with people, Of course, I do not expect them to be 100% perfect. Neither am I perfect. But I try to look at their positive sides and see how they align with my own values. Once they align, then I walk in that path. I would always like to respect people for their culture, for their shortcomings, but I wouldn't want to put it to their face. Of course, I just pull back and try to manage whatever negative side, whatever hindrances they are from their own attitudes or perspective. And this has been my strategy, and I would achieve or work with anybody, whatever the person's background, wherever he is coming from, I can always work with anybody. And this is my strategy. Again, it's for me to understand who he is, know his weakness, know his positives, and work in line with each of these two parts. Thank you very much. Typical Topics Master.
I applaud you. That was a segment and that was a speech delivered greatly with aplomb. Thank you very much for your contribution. Now, is there anyone else who would like to volunteer for the remaining 3 questions? Okay. Some people have raised their hands. Let me switch to gallery view. Did anyone raise their hands? No?
Yes,
okay.
I raised my hand, TM David.
Okay. Thank you so much, TM Victor Ajayi. I look forward to your contribution. Please pick a number between 1 and 3.
I'll pick the number 3.
Okay. Achieving goals takes more than a plan. How do you maintain your discipline in execution of your strategies?
He who fails to plan already planned to fail. Achieving goals takes more than planning. Oftentimes, especially when we get into a new year, everybody lay out their plans for the year. Just like Mr. President said at the beginning of the meeting, a lot of persons will overwhelm themselves with so many goals, oftentimes which are not achievable. However, just like the Table Topics Master mentioned, it is important to maintain discipline to ensure that every goals you have laid out for yourself, you are able to achieve them. And one of such ways by which you can ensure discipline is to utilize the SMART principle. Ensure that your goals are specific. Ensure that they are measurable. Ensure that they are also time-bound. Ensure that they are realistic. I love the fact that Mr. President was able to add 2 other things to it today, which is to make it smarter. So, my dear friends, if you really need to achieve your goals for the year 2021, it is important for you to ensure that you engage and utilize the SMART principles. Else, you will see yourself chasing shadows for the rest of the year 2021. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
As expected. Delivered well with aplomb. Thank you so much for your contribution. I've learned something from that. Now, I believe that it would be a gainful experience to have a guest contribute to our segment. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Babatunde Shotunde. Would you be willing to contribute to our segment? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I would be willing to participate in your segment. So I've been trying to see how things have been done. So I will try as much as I can.
Fantastic. We look forward to your contribution. Can you pick a number between 1 and 2, please?
Okay, let me go with 1.
Okay. Describe a time when you or someone you admire formulated and executed a stratagem to successfully tackle a problem.
Okay. Okay. I think I have one. I have a boss whom I work with. So I was a sales rep prior to now. So we had some issues as at then with regards to sales. So what we had to do was to sit down with the team lead who thought that the best way we can push and make sure that we hit our target was to come up with a discount scheme at our cost. Because at times, these costs are not usually being borne by the company, but by those who are willing to go the extra mile to get this done. Yes, we paid a sacrifice, by making sure that the sales we ought to get, that we got them, and at the end of the day, we were rewarded for this, not in a monetary terms, but recognition at the end of the year. So it wasn't something that was easy to do while we were trying to get that done. But the motivation that we got from the team lead really helped to spur us all, and it made us all to go the extra mile. And I do think at that point in time, it also helped most of us to keep our jobs then, because then the whole East was so on that if you were not going to meet up with the target, then you are on the line. So I think that is just a short one I would share. Thank you so much.
Very, very well done. For a guest, I couldn't tell. Delivered nicely with aplomb. All right. I will take another guest for our remaining question. PM Sonia, I'm sorry, I'm picking on you, but you signified you're a guest earlier and you made my job very easy. Oh, sorry, guest Sonia. Would you be willing to speak with us? Miss Sonia? All right. Maybe I'll try for another guest. How about, oh, Sonia, are you there? Hello? Okay, Anil Bong. Would you be willing to contribute to the table's topic segment?
I'm not a guest, sorry.
Oh, you're not? I'm sorry.
I'm not a guest. Sorry, I'm not a guest.
I realize.
I'm actually a member.
Would any guest...
It would be good to have her speak. Toastmaster David, the spirit led you to Toastmaster Anil Bong.
Fair enough. Toastmaster Anil Bong, it has been declared that you will speak. So the remaining question for you is, lessons are better absorbed through failure. With that in mind, describe a stratagem that's failed to address a challenge. It was created to resolve, and explain its shortcomings.
Sorry, can you take it again?
That is, describe a stratagem that you employed that failed, and how did it fail? Explain its shortcomings and how you would adapt going forward.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity you've given me. Okay, in life, we know that failure, there are always lessons learned in failure. So everybody would say that at one point in time in their lives, they have experienced failure. So personally, I have, and it's the way out that matters, not dwelling in the failure. So as a fashion designer, many times there are some times I'm kind of in a fix. Maybe I'm on his project and I don't really know what to do. And then at the end of the day, whatever step I took, I didn't get the result that I needed to. I needed. What I do is go back to my drawing board and see where I got it wrong, and then maybe I seek advice if I still am stuck. Then with the help, because I believe so much in leveraging on people's knowledge. So with the when I reach out to people to help me, and at the end of the day, I go back to my drawing board and I figure out where I got wrong. And there's always a result at the end of the day. So, and I always learn from it. Thank you.
Delivered excellently with aplomb. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the table topic segment. I'm sure you would agree with me that all the speakers were electric, to say the least, delivered their speeches with aplomb. Big thanks to all of them. And now I pass the lectern to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. I must say that the quality of the topics you pushed to our guests and to our members are such that if you are not heavy on aplomb, you may struggle to demonstrate and respond to those topics. Fortunately, you are Eagle Toastmasters. You know, we talk about the big four in accounting. We are the big one when it comes to public speaking. Now, at this juncture, I hope we are ready. It may be a very good idea if we cast our votes for the better speaker. Please, I don't know if we are coming up with a virtual poll. Are we casting the vote? Are we dropping a message in the chat box, or are we filling a virtual vote?
Sorry, DTM, we're working on the polls. We'll launch it in a bit, please.
All right. So anytime from now, you will see the poll come up with, kindly fill it with aplomb. It doesn't matter what you think, we value you. Also, I would like us to make good use of the chat box. We call it love notes. All right, just drop a comment, a thought about the speech, what you liked about the speech, what you gained from the speech for each and every one of the speakers. All right, those of us that didn't speak will equally be reading, and we will also be benefiting from your thoughts. In Toastmasters, feedback is not only the breakfast. Before COVID, it was the breakfast of champions. But post-COVID, it has become the breakfast, the lunch, and dinner of champions. I would like to invite to the lectern the table topics evaluator, who will be providing our expert feedback on the 4 quality speeches we have listened to. Toastmaster Ami joined Toastmasters in 2016, 5 beautiful years ago. She is the clinical director at Smile 360 Dental Specialist. Just to say that without a good smile on your face, your aplomb will diminish. She loves to design smiles and faces. You won't believe it. In her spare time, Toastmaster Ami also finds time to play golf and spend time with her family. Fortunately, Toastmaster is part of the extended family. Little wonder she's spending time with us today. Please, let's receive at the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Ami Shombusho. Please step forward with applause.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for this lovely introduction, DTM Adeosun. Thank you very much to our table topic master for this choice of topics. And as a table topic evaluator, my role will just be to provide a short evaluation of all the speakers who deliver. So the speaker number 1, that I will confess I missed on noting your name. I will be glad if I could be helped here. You were asked to speak on, if no man is an island, how do you take into account, okay, the personalities of those—
TM Ayola, please.
Is it just me? I can't hear her.
Same here.
We seems to have lost Toastmaster Ami. So while we will try and see if she can get back to us as soon as we can reconnect with our signal, we will bring her up for the evaluation. However, let's quickly make progress and continue the meeting with aplomb. Let me just refresh our memory that we come to Toastmasters to develop not only our communication skills and competence, we also come to Toastmasters to develop our leadership capabilities. I also like to say, while we are trying to see if we can reconnect with Toastmaster Ami or whether we will go on break, let me just share this with you, Toastmasters.
I think I'm back.
Oh, wow, that was beautiful.
Can you hear me?
Part of the script. Please make progress with your evaluations.
Thank you very much, and apologies for being disconnected, but it's just a way of us leveraging and working with technology. I don't know at which point I got disconnected, but I was commenting on our first speaker, who really acknowledged that he will ensure various cultures and qualities of people he has in his team. So I thought he delivered very well. And for the second speaker, which is Victor Ajayi, who is an excellent Toastmaster, he was asked to speak on achieving goals. And he started by saying that he who fails to plan plans to fail. And we all agree that if you do not strategize, you're going nowhere. Your vision would just be an illusion. And of course, as I said, he delivered with aplomb, and we know that TM Victor Ajayi is an expert in the table topic and the regular speeches. Our third speaker was Babatunde Shotunde. He's a guest. He was asked to speak on if strategy, what strategy will he take to formally tackle a problem? And he went straight on talking about setting goals and how with his boss, they had a strategy in achieving their goals. And he was able to really show us and bring us to life as to what they do in their work environment. So I thought that was great from a guest, and I will recommend that next time, even as a guest, please share with us your camera so we can see your environment. As we know, speaking is not just about what you say, it's how you say it. So your background is important. Your gesticulations are important. But well done to our guest, Babatunde Shotunde. The first speaker was Sonia. I guess she's a Toastmaster and not a guest. She was asked to speak on if lessons are better absorbed through failure. What lessons will she share with us? And she told us how, as a fashion designer, she failed. She failed woefully. She failed with aplomb, but she was able to learn and grow from there. And I thought that was great. Another thing is the camera wasn't on. Would have loved to see you. As a fashion designer, I believe you had outfits that would even add to your delivery. But all in all, we will say that today with the table topic master, we had an enjoyable session. I guess you will agree with me. And I will say well done to all the speakers. And I thought everyone responded very creatively to a challenging topic. And we all know that you have delivered with aplomb. So without further ado, I would like to send you greetings from Kigali, Rwanda, the country of Thousand Hills, where I am connecting with you today. To everyone, I wish you a great session and a great day.
Thank you so much,
bye for now,
Toastmaster Hami, and thank you for connecting with your club even all the way from Rwanda. The good thing is, as an eagle, when you are over 1,000 hills, you can see far. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope we saw the poll when it came up, and we have casted our votes for the better speaker. I also hope we have started dropping our thoughts and our, love notes on the chat group. At this juncture, we'll be taking a 5 minutes break. The break is to serve multiple purposes, from going to the gents or ladies to networking. Please feel free to chat up anybody individually on the group or openly where all of us can see you. So let's just take a 5 minutes break and we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Toastmaster Lai, may we have some music from the control room? Thank you.
I live to let you. When I did, I really want to take care of you. For you. Now you say all the things, girl. When I'm around you, my head feels my well. What do you good about me, baby? It's definitely crazy. Please give me one chance to show. For you, and I never can. You are most my heart for you. Waiting from home to be the one to make it for you. And before finding me, think about what you do to my world. What you do to me, baby? Started driving crazy. This is more just a show.
Thank you so much, Mr. DJ. While still playing the soundtrack, you can just reduce it and feeling the vibes, and it's really energizing me. It is increasing
You're mute, sir.
The level of my aplomb is being appreciated.
You're mute. Oluyemi, you're mute.
No, we could hear him.
We can hear him, so.
Yeah, we can hear him.
You're muted, please.
I think the coronavirus is affecting one or two people's network connectivity, because I was slightly taken aback. But thank you so much. That was also part of the fun and the call back to other. Again, because you didn't hear me, let me say thank you again for providing that music. I love the selection, and it really increased my quality of the break. I hope we are able to reach out to one or two people. So, just before we step in fully